संसारदावा नललीढलोका त्राणाय कारुण्य गणागणात्वं
संसारदावा नललीढलोका त्राणाय कारुण्य गणागणात्वं
संसारदावा नललीढलोका त्राणाय कारुण्य घनाघनात्वं
संसारदावा नललीढलोका त्राणाय कारुण्य घनाघनात्वं
प्राप्तस्य कल्याण गुणार्णवस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
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 महाप्रभु कीर्तन नित्य गीता वदित्रमाद्यान् मनसुरसेना
महाप्रभु कीर्तन नित्य गीता वदित्रमाद्यान् मनसुरसेना
रोमाञ्चकम्पाश्रुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
रोमाञ्चकम्पाश्रुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
श्रीविग्रहाराधन नित्यनाना शृङ्गारतान्मन्दिरमार्जनादो
श्रीविग्रहाराधन नित्यनाना शृङ्गारतान्मन्दिरमार्जनादो
युक्तश्च भक्तां शनियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
युक्तस्य भक्तां संयुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत् प्रसादो स्वदन्नतृप्ता हरिभक्तसङ्घा
चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत् प्रसादो स्वदन्नतृप्ता हरिभक्तसङ्घा
कृत्वैव तृप्ते भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्ना प्रतिक्षणा स्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
प्रतीक्षणा स्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री
निकुञ्जयो नो रतिकेलिसिद्ध ययालिभिर्योक्तिरपेक्षणीया
निकुञ्जयो नो रतिकेलिसिद्ध ययालिभिर्योक्तिरपेक्षणीया
तत्रातिदाक्षा अतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
साक्षाद्धरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तस्तथा भाव्यत एव सा।
Hare Krishna. I warmly welcome all devotees for this session of Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is on behalf of ISKCON Chennai. So before we start, as usual, we shall offer Mangala Charanam prayers to invoke the blessings of the Guru Parampara, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Shri Krishna himself. So please join me in these prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Neelachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopalanandanaha Partho Vassa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gita Amritam Mahat Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. So before we proceed further, I would like to hear from you through chat box. What is the most important thing that you have learned from these sessions so far? What is the most important thing in your view that you have learned from these sessions? Just a small point will do. You don't have to write long sentences, just one word or two words. That will be great. Anything that specially appealed to you in these sessions, something you found interesting, something that is transforming your life, something that is changing your attitude towards the whole world, towards yourself, towards creation, in terms of the goal of life. Is there anything that you have found, something refreshingly different from the way we have been living our life so far? Yes, Ramesh Prabhu is writing, need to be committed to learn. Wonderful. So ultimately, it is our willingness to learn that will bring us all the transformations. Narasimhan Raghavan Prabhu says to be in Krishna consciousness. Wonderful. Yeah, please keep it coming. Sri Krishna Prabhu says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Amazing. So the entire Mahamantra is a great learning. It's wonderful, and controlling anger. Excellent. Akshaya Mataji says about how the world was ruled from India with India as headquarters. Yes, once upon a time. Mahabharat. Wonderful. Ramesh Prabhu says, I am recovering from a health issue, so was not able to attend all sessions. Our prayers to the Lord to make you healthy once again. Tapas Kumar Prabhu says to be Krishna conscious and do your duty. Very nice. Yes, Ramesh Prabhu, our prayers for you. Thank you. So, okay, so let us proceed further. Amazing pearls of wisdom you are going to gain through these sessions. Without any doubt, a lot of new things you will hear. Not only you will just get information. While you get information, you will experience transformation in your life. That is the unique nature of scriptures. People think scriptures are very old, outdated, in what way they can help me. But actually, all the motivational books, all the personality development books, whatever you have today in terms of psychology, etc., they are not a patch on the kind of wisdom that we have in our scriptures. Scriptures can absolutely transform your life. Actually, if you read Srimad Bhagavatam and books like that, you will see what kind of amazing personalities people display. Such personalities you don't find in any of the modern novels. No amount of either biographies of people or fiction, you won't find such characters. Amazing characters you will find. And you will be so inspired that, yes, I learned from this. I would like to be like this. How can I become like this? Such inspirations will come. So not only information, this is an absolutely transformational process. If I am just giving you information, even I will not be very interested. I will be giving the same information class after class. There is no enthusiasm in teaching information actually. But when I am teaching transformation, actually, I am benefiting. It is transforming me, first of all, while I am attempting to share something with you. And there is always something new. It is not that I have entirely planned out what I am going to tell you. It just comes at the spur of the moment. So, while yes, there is a certain amount of preparation that goes into every class, but one cannot say exactly which direction it will take. So, because it's like a ocean churning. what will come out? How do you know in advance? You really do not know. So with these words, I once again welcome all of you. Let us proceed into today's session. So we saw up to now Lord Krishna, when he saw Arjuna very hesitant to initiate the battle. Even though Arjuna is a great general, he is respected, revered, feared by his enemies. So he is a destroyer of enemies. It's one of the names of Arjuna. But still, he's called Parantapa. Parantapa means one who literally burns his enemies. He applies so much heat on the enemy that they burn. So such a great person, but he's developing hesitation out of compassion, out of a soft heart, that I have to fight with my acharyas, elderly people, my relatives, own brothers, uncles. They are all respectable people, and without them, how can I enjoy my life also? It is very sinful to destroy them for winning a kingdom. Like that, he's fighting. We sympathize with Arjuna actually. When Arjuna makes all these arguments in terms of his own virtuous life, or in terms of his own affections for family members, or in terms of respects for his acharyas, or in terms of why should I fight? I will give up and I will become a sannyasi. That is better for me. That sense of renunciation. Or he talks about the society, how much the society will suffer if I kill all these men. The societies will become, the families will become headless, and the women will become, they will lose their morality, and then unwanted children will be produced who don't even know what is morality. And what will happen to the society? Society will collapse, and the Pitrus, the ancestors who are waiting for the pindas that we offer in the Shraddha ceremonies, they will fall down, and then because of their curse, the entire society will become ruined. All these arguments, very valid arguments. So we sympathize with Arjuna. Yes, very correct. What Arjuna is saying, very right. This is what we tend to think. But now Krishna is saying, no, it's completely wrong, you are thinking. And he is explaining to Arjuna why he should fight. Yeah. So that's what we are going to be seeing. So I have got some more chat posts. Indrani Jana says, understanding our problem and knowing Shri Krishna as a solution. Wonderful realization. Yes, Shri Krishna is a solution. The ultimate solution is not some impersonal medicine or formula. It is a person. The ultimate solution to all our problems is actually a person who is Krishna, who holds solution to all our problems in his hands. And you just surrender to him and he will solve all your problems. That's a very good realization. Sumati Mataji says, changes happen within, even without us knowing of it. Exactly. The transformation is not a painful process. As you keep hearing, meditating, scrupulously studying Bhagavad Gita, changes will happen automatically without any effort. You will see your nature changing. I don't think there is any other book in the world apart from our glorious scriptures which can do that. Mohandas Prabhu says, constantly engaging in Krishna consciousness would lead us to transcendental platform. Very true. Transcendental platform means a platform which is beyond Tamoguna, Rajoguna, and Sattvaguna also. We generally consider Sattvaguna as very good, but this will take you even beyond Sattvaguna. Now we wonder what can be beyond Sattvaguna. That we will come to know by and by. Galaxy says tolerance. Very good. Excellent. So see, people are, as it is, picking up some amazing points, but you will be able to put them all together as we proceed into further chapters, as Krishna speaks to us. So now we will pick up the book and we will start from shloka number 31. So up to now, Krishna has educated Arjuna that, Arjuna, please understand that you are not this body. You are not the Deha. You are the Dehi. And as a Dehi, you have nothing to do with your Deha. Deha is made of material elements which are transforming, which are temporary, which are not permanent things. Whereas your soul is eternal and it is spiritual completely. It has no material qualities. So the body and the soul have absolutely no connection, and you are the eternal body. So neither will you die, nor will you kill anybody. Others also will not die. All these kings who are standing against you, and you yourself, you are eternal people, eternal persons. He is referring to the souls. The souls are eternal persons. The body will be destroyed. So Krishna is telling that. So Arjuna is asking, all right, I have heard all your philosophy. So why do you want me to fight now? Why do you want me to fight? So that Krishna will proceed now from the 31st shloka to give fresh arguments. Krishna said, because there is destruction, there is no destruction of the soul, and there is only transformation of the body, there is no need to lament. Now Krishna will say why Arjuna has to fight. Shloka number 31. Swadharmamapi chavekshya navikampitum dharmyadhi yuddha shreyo anyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. So he is now appealing to Arjuna as a kshatriya. Because kshatriya is one whose business is to protect others from danger. So that's called kshatriya. The meaning of kshatriya itself is that one who protects people from danger. Generally, what is danger according to our understanding? Danger is, okay, somebody is poor, so that is a problem, he cannot enjoy his life. Somebody is sick, because of that he cannot enjoy life properly. Or there is some danger to life because of enemies, because of war, things like that. People have fear for all these things, right? If I don't have a job, what will happen to me? If I don't have sufficient balance in my bank, what will happen to me? Or if people around me become my enemies, what will happen? So these are the kind of fears people will have. So we will think that Kshatriya, as an administrator, he has to provide a able administration so that there will be very good economic development. There will be schools, there will be colleges, there will be hospitals, there will be nice places of entertainment, enjoyment. There should be a very good social security net so that when people become old, they are properly looked after. We think that is a welfare government, where there is very good economic welfare, there is no one without a job, everybody is having sufficient money for spending, and there is enough medical facilities to look after people's health so that they can, one day they will die peacefully and their generations will live comfortably. This would be the general understanding of a good administrator. So we think Kshatriya will do that, but actually Kshatriya's business is to protect the people, means he should protect the soul of the people. He should protect the people from getting into wrong ways of living. There is a right way to live, there is a wrong way to live. The wrong way to live is looking for temporary pleasures, succumbing to temptations. In the process, you totally put your entire future at stake. Like you can imagine a small child, he doesn't want to study, he wants to only play. And if you encourage the child to only play, his future is finished. Similarly, a person as he is growing up, he wants enjoyments like video games, he wants to go for movies, he wants to go to restaurants, he wants to eat all kinds of food, he wants to drink, he wants to smoke and engage in all kinds of habits which are not healthy. Then what will happen to that person? His future will be ruined. Yes, so it is not that whatever people want you will supply and that makes you a very good welfare government. No, the government should know what is good for my people, even though the people may not know it. So that is where the Kshatriya concept comes in. Today we don't have Varnashrama, so forget about it. But I am explaining to you how Varnashrama works. Varnashrama works where the Kshatriya's business is to administer the country in such a way that people are steadily producing towards better morality so that they will have better life even when they die. Their next birth will be a superior birth. Next birth will not be an inferior birth. The way we are living now, without spiritual knowledge, we are preparing for a very bad future life. When we have no good habits, we have developed all vices, and we live very selfishly on the bodily platform, and we don't have the concept of guilt and shame, right and wrong. We think just do it, anything you want. Then we are actually preparing for an animal life in our next birth, because that is how animals live. Human beings don't live like that. So when God has given us a human form of life, but our endeavor is almost like an animal, then God will say, all right, then you take an animal birth next. That is the danger from which the Kshatriya should protect the people. So Kshatriya as the ruler, he is not going to protect the country only from external enemies who come to do war with the country. No, but he has also to do administer in such a way that people will progress steadily on the spiritual path. So that is the Varnashrama Dharma, the Varna system. The Brahmanas are people who are not at all worldly people. So please don't think when I say Brahmana, you don't imagine born Brahmanas. They are not necessarily born as Brahmana. But in any case, for generations, if people have been accepting these values in their life, then what happens? Automatically, they will produce children who have the same qualities. Because they are brought up in that atmosphere, automatically they develop those habits. Today also we see, the film stars. Why most of the film stars are coming from film star families? Why most of the politicians are coming from politician families? Why do we see doctors running into generations, engineers, chartered accountants? Why does it happen? Because of the environment in which they come up. This is mostly happen. There are many exceptions also, but we generally find, we find singers in singer families, we find dancers in dancer family, we see play actors in play actors families. We see that. So, but apart from that, Varna system is based on the nature of a person's quality and the nature of a person's work. So in that sense, a Brahmana is a person who is not very interested in worldly things because he understands that this is all temporary and it will go away one day. My body itself will go. All my possessions will also go. So I want to know what will remain. I spoke about absolute truth in the first class. What will remain, that is truth. What will remain unchanging, abiding, without any changes, without any transformation? What is that on which this movie is running? The movie of this material world, it is running on a screen. The screen does not change. So I want to know that screen. That becomes the endeavor of a Brahmana. So what he does, he starts reading the scriptures, he starts worshipping God, he approaches a spiritual master where he makes deep study of the scriptures. He loses interest in the material world. He likes to live in the forest because that is the most conducive place. And because he has no needs, he is satisfied with the roots and fruits and some grains he will get in the forest, or people will come and voluntarily give. Because people want piety. They say, oh, if I help this Brahmana, I will get something good. So they will give alms to this person. He lives with that contentedly. He doesn't want to save anything for tomorrow also. That is the Brahmana classification in Varna system. So you can understand, such a person is not a competitor to the society at all. He is not interested in wealth, money, enjoyment. So how will he compete with the society? He is out of the competition. So the entire society respects him, maintains him. Whatever he has a need, society will automatically supply because they know he is not a competitor. He lives very frugally and he is constantly meditating on God. Let me supply his needs. The society supplies to him. And then you have the Kshatriya. Kshatriya has an innate nature to control. He likes to control people. So this quality of the Kshatriya is synchronized in such a way that it will be useful for the society. So what happens? The Kshatriya goes to the Brahmana for training. The Brahmana teaches him the art of administration. Even though Brahmana will never come into administration, that is not his forte, but he will teach the Kshatriya. You are not the body, you are a spirit soul. All those points he will teach, and he will prepare the Kshatriya to administer the country in such a way that the people will prosper and at the same time they will live a moral life. That is the contribution of a Kshatriya. So always Kshatriya is the ruler and Brahmana is the advisor of the king. But not that the Brahmana will come and live in the palace of the king. No, that doesn't suit the Brahmana. He lives in the forest. So if the king wants advice, he will go to the forest to meet the Brahmanas and take their advice. Or occasionally, when some yajna is to be performed for the welfare of the people or for coronation, etc., they will come. They will perform and they will return. They don't like to stay in cities and villages also. They prefer forest. So the king, under the able guidance of the Brahmana, he administers the society. So the Brahmana becomes the head because he is giving the vision to the king. And the king becomes the shoulders because he is protecting the nation from all kinds of outside enemies and inside enemies. He makes the people go on the right path under constant guidance from the Brahmana. So this is the role of Kshatriya. Vaisya and Shudra we will see later on when the right time comes. So here there is a Varnashrama Dharma. So what is the duty of a person under Varnashrama Dharma? As a Kshatriya, whenever there is a righteous battle coming up, he must fight that. He must fight for Dharma. When somebody is violating Dharma, he must fight. And in this case, Duryodhana is violating dharma. The kingdom should legitimately go to Yudhishthira, but he is saying, no, I will not give. And he is preventing the Pandavas who are Kshatriyas from discharging their duty, which is to rule, which is to control the people and guide them on the right path. They have to do this. They have been taught all these things in the Gurukul. They have learnt everything, but Duryodhana is blocking them from practicing it. So Arjuna's duty is to fight. So Krishna is telling, I have given you all this philosophy, Arjuna, so that you will stop lamenting. You are lamenting about killing. Now I am telling you, don't lament, because the soul will in any case not die. But it is your business to now fight the righteous battle. So that is how Krishna is guiding. So he's saying, as a Kshatriya, fighting a righteous war is your dharma, is your duty. So that is the duty of a person under Varnashrama dharma. So in whatever Varna we are placed in, now today there is no Varna because it is all destroyed. It is destroyed by automatically passage of time and also misunderstanding of what is Varna and Ashrama. There is no understanding today. Nobody really knows what is Varna, what is Ashrama, because it prevailed centuries ago. And systematically the British destroyed it. By destroying Gurukul, they destroyed all knowledge of Varnashrama. When Gurukuls were destroyed, when they brought the English system of education into India, they systematically destroyed all Gurukuls. They killed the teachers in the Gurukul, who are poor people. They are not competing. The teachers in the Gurukul, they live in forest actually, or in the edge of the villages. The children go there to study. The Guru doesn't charge any fees. Education is never supposed to be sold. If somebody charges you fees for education, he is not a teacher only. Education should be free. That is the law. The Manu Shastra says education should not be sold. So he never demands fees. He admits anyone who comes. And they serve the Guru and they learn. And when they serve the Guru and when they have learned something, when it is time for them to leave the Gurukul, they beg from surrounding villages, they bring something to the Guru. That is called Guru Dakshina, whatever he is capable of giving. And while they stay